Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to take a look at some great Steam game deals from our friends at Green Man Gaming on some more expensive games. You know, we talk about the historic lows, we talk about the games under 5, the games under 10, but now it's time for the video for the ballers out there, you know, the people with some disposable income. So if you don't have that disposable income, I suggest you click off the video. No, but seriously, a lot of good stuff. Also do want to highlight some new releases and a pre-order of a very relevant game coming out in just a couple of weeks that I'm very excited for. But GMG still got some Golden Week sales running right now, so you know your boy's got to mention those weeb games. You know your boy loves some JRPGs, so we'll talk about all of those. But let's get right into it. Kingdom Hearts INTEGRUM Masterpiece for XP members is down to $49.19. Now, it is comical spending this much money on all of these Kingdom Hearts games, but you know what? Dark Souls 3 Deluxe Edition is $42.50 on Steam right now, so $49.19 ain't that bad for all of these games. You get Kingdom Hearts 1, you get Kingdom Hearts 2, you get Rechain of Memories, you get Birth by Sleep, you get Dream Drop Distance, you get that smaller episode in 2.8 as well, you get a bunch of cutscenes, you get Kingdom Hearts 3, and you get the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. That's a lot of content for your dollar. Yes, it's $49, but that is a lot of content. And hopefully, you know, with the success of Kingdom Hearts on PC and Steam, we'll get Kingdom Hearts 4 day one on Steam in the year of 2036. You know, I don't know when Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to come out, but hopefully day one on Steam, that would be fantastic. And I think Square Enix has seen that people will support these games. I mean, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on a delayed release peaked at like 40,000 concurrent players or something like that, which is not bad at all, and it's a significant revenue stream for them if they do drop these games on PC and Steam right away, and obviously the games would do better if they had a day one launch, but nonetheless, you get all of these games on Steam, and yeah, solid pickup there, and yes, it is expensive, but I would say for all the content, it's honestly not that bad of a deal, all things considered. Final Fantasy XVI, the Complete Edition, 47% off for $37.30. I loved Final Fantasy 16. I've been talking about how great this game is for a while. Like, I really had a great time with it. I beat it on PlayStation 5. I beat it on PC. I'm gonna do another playthrough at some point in the Final Fantasy difficulty. I would recommend you to get the Complete Edition so you get the Echoes of the Fallen and the Rising Tide DLC, and the DLC is pretty good. Obviously, FF16 is more so an action game than a RPG. It is very fast-paced, it is very flashy, and it's a little bit on the easy side. For sure, it is a little bit on the easy side, but it's still an incredibly worthwhile game to go through, and I think most people are still gonna have an amazing time with the game. It is a really well done game. From a narrative standpoint, the soundtrack is great. The boss battles are legitimately, I think, the greatest boss battles video games have ever produced in terms of a scale and sheer spectacle standpoint. You could say, like, oh, this boss battle had more depth to it in terms of how challenging it was or whatever, but in terms of the spectacle in the boss battles in Final Fantasy 16, I don't think there are very many games that come even close to it, but yeah, $37.30. A good deal there for all the content you're getting. Final Fantasy VII Remake INTERGRADE is $24.59, and throw in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is $40.17. Both of those games are really solid. Obviously, you want to play Remake first. Remake is the weaker game, without a doubt. Rebirth really expands upon Remake. You know, more open levels and everything like that, and you're getting into the heart of the story of Final Fantasy VII. But Remake is great, Rebirth is great, both titles here available and definitely worthwhile to check out. Even at these heftier price points, man, these games are awesome, so definitely check that out. NieR Automata, Game of the YoRHa Edition, is 67% off for $13.12. A solid pickup for NieR Automata, and then also NieR Replicant is available for $19.68, which NieR Replicant doesn't get as much love as NieR Automata, but it's a solid game as well. Automata definitely the better game, but both games have great soundtracks. The gameplay in Automata is better, but Replicant's gameplay is solid as well, and narratively, both games are really strong. Albeit a bit confusing at times, the games end up being really worthwhile, so definitely check those out. Octopath Traveler 2 is 59% off for $24.60. You know, a lot of talk about people wanting more turn-based games, and Octopath Traveler, one of those turn-based titles that deserves a lot more love. Now, I get it. When you compare this game to, let's say, in Expedition 33, from a visual and presentation standpoint, it's not similar in the sense of having that scale and that spectacle that Expedition 33 brings to the table. But does it have a lot of depth to its story? Yes. Does it have a lot of depth to its characters? Yes. Does it have depth to its gameplay? Absolutely. The visuals are gorgeous for the style that they're going for, that HD 2D look. And for $24.60, I think this is a pretty damn good pickup. Definitely would recommend it for sure. Alright, so outside of just the JRPGs, Hogwarts Legacy is 79% off for $12.75. An excellent deal for Hogwarts Legacy. As I've mentioned before, I'm not a big Harry Potter guy, but I had a great time with this game, and it was the type of open world action RPG that's more up my alley. You know, we see a lot of those Assassin's Creed games that have a sizable amount of content, but for me, a smaller scale one that's a little bit more digestible is exactly up my alley, and I thought Hogwarts Legacy gave me exactly that, because it was that, you know, 35 hour open world RPG. I played it and I could move on with my life, and the gameplay was enjoyable. I think for $12.75, that's a pretty good deal. Resident Evil 4 Gold Edition, 49% off for $25.49. I always say the same spiel when talking about Resident Evil 4. You're taking one of the greatest games of all time, you're remaking it from the ground up, and you're doing a damn good remake. What do you get? One of the greatest video games of all time again. It is legitimately that good, and while Resident Evil is always going to be one of those franchises that each game is fairly on the fairly short side, although with RE4, if you take your time, you can get a solid 18 hours out of a single playthrough. You know, it's a game that I'll go back through and play again over and over again for a very, very long time, especially because if it's a game, if I want a game that I just want to do a quick playthrough of over a weekend, RE4 is a damn good one. Like, a lot of times when I'm kind of stumped on what game I want to tackle next, or if I don't want to play anything new that's come out just right away, sometimes I'm just like, man, maybe just give RE4 another download and play through that again, because the game is just so good, so well done, and with this price, you also get the Separate Ways DLC, so definitely a good shout there. Monster Hunter World Iceborne Master Edition is $13.76, and then Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak is $12.75 as well. If you don't want to spend the premium on Monster Hunter Wilds, which I totally understand you not wanting to do that, these two at these prices, I would say, is pretty good. Monster Hunter World Iceborne, with Iceborne, a lot of great stuff there, and World is just a fantastic game. Rise, from a technical level, you know, was initially a Nintendo Switch game, so keep your expectations in line, but a worthwhile game there as well. People seem to really love Rise, so take it from them. Lastly, a couple of other notes. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, the base game is sold out at GMG. They do have the Deluxe Edition, 20% off for $48. And hell, $48 for Expedition 33, and at this point, I think a lot of people would just want to get the additional stuff as well, the extra costumes. You know, this game is amazing. I completed it. I'm gonna do another playthrough of it at some point. Maybe not right away, but man, this game was brilliant, just brilliant, and I loved it from a narrative standpoint by the end. I know some people, and I've gotten direct messages from a lot of my buddies that are starting to complete the game, and some of them love the story like me, others not so much. I just got a message literally 20 minutes before recording this video. Let me pull it up for you guys. Love the game, not sure about the story at the end, but outside of that, this game was incredible, and now I want to play more JRPGs, which is what that individual messaged me verbatim, but also we talked about him playing more JRPGs, and he immediately followed that up with, you know what, I want to stay away from the two, in his words, the two weeb stuff, and that's what I think. A lot of people, when they talk about turn-based RPGs, man, they don't want to give the Legend of Heroes a shot. I mean, this buddy of mine that messaged me even brought up 100 Line himself, and he's just like, yeah, it's too weeb for me. Which, I get it, but at the same time, it's a little bit disappointing. Nevertheless, Expedition 33 is incredible, and aesthetically, it's a beautiful game. Gorgeous visuals, soundtrack is incredible, and for $48. I mean, this is one of those games, I am not kidding you. It was successful at $50, but if I had paid $80 for it, I would not have been disappointed. That's how at a high level Expedition 33 is, and I can't expect every game to be at this level. It's just, you know, that's just the reality of the situation. But $48 for Expedition 33's Deluxe Edition, goodbye there. And then Doom the Dark Ages, man, that's coming out 17% off, $58.09 for a Steam copy, and the keys are delivered immediately upon purchasing as far as that is concerned, and then $83 for the Premium Edition as well. Definitely a worthwhile pickup there. I mean, this game is shaping up to be one of the biggest of the year. And another potential Game of the Year contender here, man. These last couple of months have been bangers, but Doom the Dark Age is another huge one there for sure. But that'll do it for me. A lot of great deals available right now. Links to everything in the description box below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.